Welcome, everyone, to the OG pod. Today, I'm joined by Jose Rojas, as he requested to be called, and Bernard White for another original. We're doing a 3-camera setup, and we're going to see how it goes.
My thing is, if you think about it, the election is basically a diss battle against opponents, right?
Who was he against, or, fighting?
I think it was Mitt Romney initially, wasn't it? Was it Hillary Clinton?
Mitt Romney was the re-election.
The re-election. Was it before Bush, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that seems like no contest.
Yeah,
It
wasn't no contest. So, let me have a look. Hang on. I think it was Bush. But yeah, he was running on like, yes, we can do this, we can do this, yes, we can get out of the Iraq. Yes, we can do this, and people were like, oh,
yes, we can.
And they
what is MAGA? How do you even say it? Make America great again?
Great again.
How is that a slogan?
Hang on. Okay, Obama, right?
You put on a hat with the worst font on the planet and the tackiest color of all time, and then you got Kanye West to wear it for shame.
And it became like a hate like hat, hate words, make America great again.
Yeah, so it was George Bush, 9/11.
Well, I think that's a good message, but Trump made it a little tacky. But it is a good message.
Look, in order to make America great again, you gotta first of all build a wall.
How high? And who's going to pay for it?
And I don't know why these guys say that wall will cost that much money. I don't know why. I worked in construction and property, and I think that wall is not going to be too expensive. You put containers all along the fucking U.S.
Yeah, like old shipping containers.
Yeah, old shipping containers.
Them on the wall.
Just like 3 of them.
Electrify them. You get shocked back 1,000 feet if you touch it.
Done.
Good luck getting into America
hire
now.
my company right now, Jose Rojas Constructions. Let's go. Let's go.
God.
Just
2.3 trillion.
Yeah. A few
and
Peruvians.
who's going to pay for it? Mexico.
Let's
What did Trump say?
If that became true, I would figure out real estate and figure out where I can live, where there's the most border crossings on that wall, and I would fucking watch with binoculars and have a little scoreboard.
You piece of shit. I would do the capitalist thing, and I would say, hey, why don't we make a resort, and we call it the Wall, the Great Wall of the United States of America, and then you just chuck it in. It's a resort. You charge Mexicans 10 pesos to stay there overnight, and you can just watch America, but you can't be in America. And then you just make it that real estate development. You can just have all these.
Make it a wall.
You add in gambling too.
Yeah.
And how many people make it across or don't make it across in a week?
Well, people would bet on it.
That'll be actually the best and the brightest will come here. There'll be some kids training for the entire. The parents will be like, "You're not doing drugs. Why? You're gonna run that race. You're gonna get to the other side of the wall." and that race happens once every 6 months.
A dystopian society based around the wall.
Based about crossing
on it. There's movies.
Look, I think, all right, the other thing is the open border policy, which is the other thing. The other thing that everyone else is pushing. And I think that you could do that, but everyone else down south has to agree with it, including the presidencies. Everyone has to say, you are the daddy of USA.
It might not be the best use of resources at this time, but maybe walls aren't the right idea anyway.
That's exactly my point.
Security is the right idea.
Yeah, security is the right idea.
Automatic killer robots.
We build walls.
Make automatic killer. Send them to San Francisco first, because they'll kill all the homeless.
Look about it. If you put the walls up, they will still find ways to get around it. And basically, all you're doing is training a new TV show called Illegal Alien Warrior. That's all it is.
Illegal Alien Warrior.
Yeah.
What's the show about?
Dude,
E.T.
Ninja Warrior?
I had never. Oh wait, maybe I did.
You ever seen Ninja Warrior?
What? Is that Ninja Warrior? They're doing all the
Illegal
acrobatics
Ninja Warrior. Yeah. That's good. Yeah, it makes sense. So everyone that is doing Ninja Warrior is illegal, and they have to finish the course to be able to get a green card into the United States.
No, the course is getting off the wall.
But no. And in the contest, it has to be fair though. You can do it as many times as you want. Okay, you just don't have to be a criminal record, and you have to do a Ninja Warrior test. Okay. A Ninja Warrior for normal to medium to athletic people. And at the end of the Ninja Warrior test, you have an English test, a maths test.
I think it's such a great idea.
And then you go sorry. And then it's the best out of the 5 tests that you do. You get 5 tests in different realms. And it's the best. And you get 4 out of 5. If you do 4 or 5, you can fail 1. but you can't fail too, because that's a fucking too much dystopian in the society. We don't want you to come in bringing
why
two
not? Why
problems.
wouldn't you test people? Who wants to huddle masses?
You're putting too much money
not that they, like somebody help them,
and
but,
effort into
we
this.
We have a standard.
The whole show
Exactly. You got to
is
keep your
based
standard.
off what's going on in the situation. You have a wall, you have water, you have bricks, you have fucking what do you call them? A border patrol, right? All of that is the obstacle course. And what you do is you give one person at a time, or two people, or get like 5 people making a race, right?
But no, what you're saying is that we should put drones and film that as we speak right now and
Yeah.
create a
Have
TV
great
show.
American contest with who wants to be a citizen. That's a great idea.
What we do is
Who wants to be a
you
citizen?
give them water, right?
Oh, my
and
God.
supplies get across the border.
I think you can do it.
Yeah,
I think
However,
fitness test.
you put
DJI
peyote
should sponsor
in the
it.
water, so it gives them a little extra boost.
Yeah.
DJI should
wait,
sponsor it.
What is
Peyote.
that? Peyote?
Yes.
Holy shit, we're gonna make them trip balls.
While they're trying to get across the obstacle course. Yes.
Maybe that's like an upgrade. You get like a year off
it's
taxes.
not illegal
That's
to
a
do
fucking
peyote
crazy.
in Mexico.
Bro, you're crazy. I like it though.
It's
I
brilliant.
really agree with it. Like I think that we need to make them work for it. Like, and I
The
look,
Statue of Liberty says, "Give us your huddled masses."
yeah,
We don't agree with that anymore, or what?
no,
Yeah. Okay.
because the Statue of Liberty
It wasn't
go,
hard to convince me.
the Statue of Liberty go yes, I know he says that, but no, we shouldn't continue with it. It was at a time where we needed people. Now America needs the right people. We got too many homeless.
Yeah, right. That's a good point. Actually, the standard has been raised. You can't just
immigrants
be a
are hard
huddled
workers.
fucking mass.
Yeah.
Jesus.
The standard has to be raised. It's like everyone criticizes the past for the atrocities of the past, but they don't understand that the past also shows that we need to raise the standards. Everything about society is about raising the standards of society.
Yeah.
And
Some
progressive
things
people
are easier than other.
That's
progressive
why-
people think that making it easier for people to come into a society that is great, it's very progressive. But I think no. Making it harder, it's progressive. Because you make it harder, which means that you are trying to make the people down there better to come into your country. That's it.
It's a great
That's
idea.
all you
actually.
have to
Just
do.
set a
That's why I
qualification.
love immigrants coming to our country. Their work ethic is so much better and so
Yeah,
much more
bro.
focused. It should put fire in people's asses here in America.
You can't pay us
Do
right,
shit.
though.
Well, they have the advantage because, whatever, they've been here for forever.
Like,
And
and the thing is that the other thing is, there's disparity everywhere. Like, I don't disagree with people saying that there's disparity and some fairness, but those people never weren't raised in Peru. Those people were raised in the States, and I'm like, you can get a U.S. passport. You know how that, like, you can enter every country except by Russia and North Korea, but who wants to go there? I actually want to go to Russia. Russia would be sick,
Russia.
but like North Korea probably would be sick as well, but different way. You know what I mean?
Well, like human atrocity way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, that only way. But I think that the people that in America talk about privilege, I'm like, if you're able just by birth be able to get an American passport, I mean, like, you're privileged as fuck. That's it. Like, because you can get out of it, and you can go to another place that could be paradise. You can live in Thailand for a third of what you spend in America.
Yep.
$4,000, 3 months it costs you to live. Very
Then you're
good.
in Thailand every morning when you wake up. Like, does anyone really want that?
Bro, I mean, Bernard will love it. Lady
Yeah,
boys.
I would. I would.
Would you love it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I average a good amount of money, every 3 months. I could live in Taiwan for the rest of my life right now.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Like some people do it. My point is, and this is kind of what we were discussing the other time. We were saying about, what is the objective of I think that automation and the improvement of the workforce in America, to which, like, there's a lot of people that are going to be displaced because they're old. They can then go back to South America, and, like, who doesn't know an old man that just got divorced or his wife just died and he wants to fuck some younger, over 18 pussy? They can go.
I don't think you have to go to a different country to do that,
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
whatever.
I mean, like, but who doesn't like a younger over 18 pussy that is also a religious woman and will always be with you? You know what I mean? They go to Thailand. Those motherfuckers go. There's a lot of bad things that happen in those places. I'm not going to say it doesn't.
Have you heard about the passport bros?
What?
The passport bros.
Yeah, but like they do it for like the reasons of like, I want a wife.
A wife, yeah.
I want a wife that is younger than me because my wife is dead, or I divorced, or whatever.
Is that like a pay order bride or
Most
something?
men in America don't feel like relationship with an American woman is logical because
It's a
there's
hard
too much
task,
shit.
bro. They're so hard. That fucking hard yaka.
So basically, going to the country, you find someone much more loyal, much more like want to be equal with
religious.
you.
Usually, religious women are more loyal because they believe in the one marriage for the rest of your life, kind of thing. And like Catholic women, they go down to Catholic. That's why Vietnamese women are very Catholic. South American women very Catholic.
What do you define as loyal?
I don't know. Like
what's the boundary with you,
they will
do you
fuck
think?
someone else, but they won't leave you.
Whoa, yeah, that's
Bro,
not
like,
so loyal.
That's the thing. Like, you know, those women, they are feisty. Like, my mom is a Hispanic woman, right? Like, I know she's feisty. Like, I don't need to be told that. Like, I know because my mom was always like, she was a very strong-minded woman in a country that was very patriarchal. So you can see that she had, as you call, manly tendencies. So my mom was a slut, by the way. Not just, no, I'm just joking. I'm glad my mom doesn't speak any English and she's got dementia. So you know, so she's gonna be fine. She's not gonna get offended.
To you in
about
heaven.
This. She might get offended about this, but she'll forget about it in like 10 seconds.
That's the advantage of being old, right? Everything rolls off your shoulders.
Yeah. So you look at it that way, and I go, that's what people. This is the bullshit about Andrew Tate. Is that he said that to all these incels that used to listen to him. You know, he was like, you wanna marry someone, you want a woman that is loyal to you, that will cook you dinner, that will cook you breakfast, have everything ready for you. Go down to these countries, and I'm like, well, that's not happening anymore.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. But in some places, I can see why people would do that. Like, why guys will go, oh fuck, this is too hard. I need to.
Well, like, why is that guy's single aim? Like, if you are aiming correctly, you're not thinking that way.
Exactly. If you're aiming correctly, you're thinking about meeting someone that you want to be with, rather than just meeting someone that just for the sake of it. You know?
Well, you're not worried about going to like some other country to meet someone. Like,
Exactly.
you know, there's people all around you or whatever.
And you're a normal human being that can do that. And some of those guys are really weird. Because I've seen them in South America. Some of the guys that go there and try to look for the South American bride.
Yeah, they have to be, right?
They're old as fuck, yeah.
Yeah. Well, and yeah, they have to have like.
And they always get treated like kings, which I get really angry. Because when I was dating a Hispanic girl, she never treated me like a king. I was another fucking Hispanic dude. I was like, oh, this idiot. But as soon as they married a guy from another country, they're like, oh my God, my king. And I'm like, you bitch. Why?
So that's why I like the Philippines. They don't treat you like a king. They treat you like, you know, their spouse. They're equal.
Yeah, and then they married a white man, and he's like, oh, fucking, you know, it's just different. I think the perspective changes because we were discussing this about. It's like people search what they didn't have in someone else. That's it. You know, search what you don't have or what you didn't experience, I guess. And it's the same thing. In what do you want? Undivided attention. And if someone can give it to you because, I don't know, white men are the models, and every TV show and movie up until a certain point, only had white actors looking a certain way. Yeah. So the standards of beauty that got distributed to the world were that. That's fine. That's okay.
It's nice that all that is changing, I guess, that people make an effort.
Yeah, can anyone put me in a fucking movie? Peruvians need representation. Peruvian Australians need representation.
Well, I'll tell you about this right now. They will never bring back the mammy to the freaking movie screens.
If you're doing it right, you never have to make an effort.
Yeah. So like mammy was like a big focal point back in the days of movie careers. You were a black woman who was like the caretaker of the house, whatever.
Yeah.
That was a big thing. They could not do that now.
No, they will never bring back the nanny. They'll never bring back like the Hispanic lady working for the house.
Yeah.
You know, I think like the Modern Family, it was the Modern Family as a show, as a sketch show, which is obviously it's staple kind of thing. That shit was like, you have this Hispanic woman, Carolina Herrera, her name is, fucking gorgeous woman, whatever, and marrying the guy from
the old white guy.
The old white guy from like home, you know, what's it called? Marriage
That's how it goes, you know.
But like it was just like, and you go, that's how it goes. And she's like feisty, and like she whips him into line, and he's a bit of a cuck for her, but he also whips her into line, and you see this relationship and dynamic and all this. I'm like, that's good. That's a good explanation of how interracial and intersexual couples will go into, you know, same-sexual couples, like the son with his gay husband.
I feel like can you like feel TV and commercials different than like what you find on YouTube and?
Yeah, they're different. They're
it's
much
a different vibe.
Yeah.
It's like,
especially like TV commercials have a totally different vibe.
I almost feel like it's an act-out version of life. You know, it's like a vanilla version of life. They're taking the.
I feel like I can recognize a commercial.
I have to say, the only thing that doesn't change from TV to like YouTube or any kind of streaming, sketch shows. Sketch shows could be the same on TV as they are on fucking like YouTube or any streaming. Some of sketch shows are the
Gillian
basic. The
Bro.
basic you need for a sketch show.
Shane Gillis. Go watch that shit.
Yeah.
Is he really that good? I've never seen his stuff.
Bro, you have to watch it. It's
Really?
the fucking best. It's
That's
so
great.
funny. He's got this.
So his story is he got banned from SNL, and then
As he says it in a fucking YouTube in a video, he goes, "I'm technically I'm a veteran, an ex Division One NFL like NCAA player, and I was casted on SNL, and yeah, like that's technically his on paper, but he never did any of those things because like he never got to work at SNL and film a show because he got canceled before that." For something that he said in a podcast.
yeah, you want to claim the credits as far as you can,
I said,
everyone needs an accolade,
if I was his manager, I'd say, son, let's put that on a fucking piece of paper and let's send it everywhere. Because that's it. Like, that's who you are. The reality is, I was a pre-Olympian. I played for Peruvian rugby union trying to go to the Olympics. I can write that on a piece of paper. And that's true. I got the photos to prove it. So
well, what are your qualifications really help you for? Like the next thing is always demanding more anyway.
Yes,
so you have
exactly.
To
so the things that you had in the past doesn't matter. So that's what he was saying. That's technically what I did, but I didn't do any.
It kind of builds you up and gives you a base to operate from.
Yeah.
But you're always like.
But his shit is hilarious. That's what I was saying. His shit is his sketch show, which is Gillian Keeves, season 2. Man, it's so funny, and it's just the premises of the shows, the premises of it, like how they start with, and how they landed. It's fucking crazy fun, bro. They have the OnlyFans dad, the dad fucking just getting on this CBN, just like getting an orgasm, like trying to pay. I'm doing this for you. It's fucking good. It's so good, bro. It's the best. It's just it's this big monk suit, fucking Shane Gillis, just getting. Like looking like he's getting fucked by a Sybian, in front of a camera. It's fucking funny, bro. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah.
There's a lot of funny people. Yeah. What do you guys think is happening to comedy? Is it evolving? I mean, obviously it is. So I was just reading about the vaudevilles. We were talking about this.
Yeah.
Vaudevillians were like somewhat like comedians, and Bob Hope was one. You recognize that name? Mm-hmm. Anyway. So what is comedy? What is it? What is comedy?
I feel like comedy to me is like being a Freemason. Like comedy has such a low amount of people who are doing it. We're all just
murder
one
plenty
group.
of people. What? A comedian is going to control governments and and create Illuminati.
We don't control governments. We reveal the truth about governments.
Yeah, true. That is real. That is. I don't know.
The Illuminati.
Possibly. There's like a black Illuminati I heard too.
What is the Illuminati?
Some secret organization that rules behind the curtain, I guess.
Yeah. So comedy is like, what the fuck is it?
It's a big clubhouse of people, basically, that want to make themselves feel better by making everybody else laugh.
I think the comedy as an art is obviously what comedians want to do, right? Like it's making people laugh. It's making people pass the time.
Would you be satisfied making people laugh by something you wrote or by juggling?
By something I wrote and I performed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think that's
storytelling. It's all about storytelling, I think, at the end of the day. But because what you're writing is comedy, and this is from my very short life in comedy, but my deep love for learning things, new things. I love learning new things. That's all. I just love getting into shit. So I have been grabbing a few books, to read about. Like Here is the Kicker is a book, which is a very good book. I don't know who wrote it, but Google. It's a great book. And it talks to a lot of comedy writers. Judd Apatow, fucking the guy that wrote The Office, apart from Ricky Gervais, the other guy, I don't know his name. But that's how much.
Oh, BJ Novich?
I think so, yeah. And it's just and they're talking about how they land these big things, how they make these big pieces of art. And I think that's what we're trying to do, right? We're trying to provide entertainment to people. That's all.
Yeah, some people get in the zone for a long time. Mm-hmm. How many seasons did The Office have? 9?
9, I think they did.
Maybe 11, something.
It was crazy.
I've never watched Office fully through. I've been annoyed by it all the time because every single woman I've been with or ex has been watching it on repeat constantly at their house. And I'm like, why do you watch on repeat?
Stephen Merchant is the one that they interviewed.
Like after you've seen something like a bunch.
Stephen Merchant.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just like there's more stuff in there.
I know.
9 seasons. 9 seasons.
So why people will repeat watching a fucking sitcom or show 5 times in a month? That's all I want to know.
Yeah, like
Bro, that means that
I think people get comfort from familiar shows. Totally. Yeah.
So it definitely went to syndication because it's like a 201 episode show. So when they have like more than 100 and something episodes, they get paid for the rest of their lives or something like that.
Yeah.
It's just in a syndicate, and they keep earning returns forever.
Jerry Seinfeld said there'll be tattoos of people. They'll be playing Seinfeld on their arm. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'll be dead for 100 years, and they'll be.
And that's what should keep accruing. And it's true.
It is true. It's that's absolutely gonna happen.
And you can do it in a building, or you can do it in a piece of like thought. This is what comedians are good at. I think comedians are good at making an idea that is hard to process, hard to digest, easy to digest. Mm-hmm. So we basically you take the idea, bite it up, and then we spit it out to other people, and then those other people get that idea, which is, I would say, like not a virus, it's like an idea of food. It's like we create this starch, we give it to them, and then they put it in their own starch, and then they can be bigger than the comedian that gave him the idea, because then they can go and write something about it. And some people decide to write shit about it and shit on it rather than create with it. This is my point. It's like you got 2 options when you get a new idea. You can shit on the idea, or you can learn from the idea. And that's the problem. People fucking decide to shit on the idea because of their egos.
Yeah.
That's it. Don't shit in the idea.
Well, you have to do some things to maintain your ego. So.
Yeah, but like, go fuck someone. I don't know. Do something.
Yeah,
like, have a drink.
Totally.
I don't know.
Seriously.
Like, go to the gym. Like, but like shitting on people's. I think that some ideas need to be shit on. Don't get me wrong, because some ideas are bad ideas. Like Kanye on fucking Kanye like sitting down with fucking Alex Jones saying all the shit that he said. Yeah. That was a bad idea. And Alex Jones was like, Kanye, I don't think that. I don't agree with Kanye, by the way.
None of that was a bad idea. That was entertainment gold.
Says the black Nazi.
No matter
Sorry.
how horrible things he said was said, people were.
But I like him.
Entertained by watching.
But you could just
Crazy
bleep it and
motherfucker.
like make it like 1,000 times less offensive and still have the same
Dude,
word.
that was funny. That was
And
hilarious.
it takes like 2 more minutes or whatever.
Some ideas are bad. Some ideas, but it's true. Some ideas is like people have that choice, and I think that you should shit on bad ideas for sure. Like people are shitting on him because of that, and that's fine. And he's getting the flack he needs to get because of that. But then some other people are going like, "Hang on a minute, I don't know," and like you see what Dave Chappelle did at SNL just after that.
Yeah.
That was
gold.
ballsy,
That was gold.
That was crazy. Yeah. But that is because Kanye said it first. This is my point. Kanye bit the idea of this persona, which is terrible in humanity, being likable, and at the same time, this group of people, which belong up to a part of a group of people that are religious, they are not the best, and they control something. They're not the best in the industry that they decided to control. That's all he's saying. He's saying like the entertainment industry, this is the industry these people have decided to focus on.
He wants to control the entertainment industry.
Kanye wants to obviously make the he believes that there is this issue in the entertainment industry, okay? And that he believes that he's controlled by a group of people that are part of a religious group.
That shall not be named.
Shall not be named. I'm not going to say who they are. The Jewish people.
Okay. Well,
sorry, I just said that.
Basically what I
Sorry,
said
Jews.
earlier.
I mean the Jews.
Sorry.
Basically what I said earlier about how.
And hang on, Bernard can't talk about this because his great grandfather was a Nazi. So you can talk about it.
No. What I can talk about is I said before that comedians are our own like fucking Freemasons. We reveal the real truth out there, and comedy is the real truth. And
I don't know.
It's a lot of things, but one of it.
Yeah, I think it's like it's. But some people,
it's that's the real truth. It's every truth.
Yeah.
Because People talk about the truth about themselves.
Hang on. It's your truth. Let's just be.
Okay.
Hang on. It's your truth. Is that the truth? But this is the point. Is like when I was saying to you like last time we talked, it was like we are all one. Like people are all the same, and we all should be kind to each other.
Did we say that?
I think I said that.
Right,
I was pretty high. Yeah. I'm pretty high right now. But
sometimes
I was pretty high. Yeah. Sometimes yeah. So like the first podcast we did, I was like, oh yeah, people are the same, so you should be kind with them, and that means that sometimes you are a dickhead, because we all been dickheads before. Sometimes you just cross the line. You learn that lesson late in life or early in life. People learn them at different stages. What I'm saying is, you share your experience, and they go, oh, I get it. You're personal. You're funny. Whatever. But it's a process. You have to build that to that level, and it's a process of building up confidence and building a rapport with other people, and just it's an artistic endeavor. And like the thing with comedy is like so real. It's there on the spot. If you fail, straight away.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. They didn't laugh.
Feedback.
Your feedback is immediate, and you're failing fast, which is good. It's a great thing. You fail forward. Just keep fucking failing.
Well, it's such a quick feedback loop of seeing what works and being able to respond to it in real time. Like
and being able
it's kind of like YouTube in a way, where if you upload something, or even Instagram, anytime you're shooting at a target and you miss, you're fucked. By the degree that you missed.
Yeah.
Narrow the gap.
Narrow the gap. Make it fast and repeatable, and just keep doing it, because I think that it's all about talking and conversing with a group of people, right? That's all it is. And the group of people need to laugh at what you're saying. They don't need to be taught. They don't need to be reminded.
But that's like in the form of stand-up, and I think you can also do comedy in other forms, like improv.
Absolutely, improv. Yep. And it's that we're talking about. I was talking particularly about comedy from like the stand-up perspective, because you can be funny on podcasts, and there's people that don't do stand-up and are funny on podcasts. You can be funny on TikToks. Ike Rafferty started doing videos, and he's hilarious. He's now transitioning from that into comedy with like 8 months in. He's funny as fuck, but he's built this body of work.
But the thing that separates stand-up comedy from all the others, I think, if one other thing exists, is the live audience and the feedback loop.
Straight away.
And that's what's good about doing small shows around and doing open mics. Not only do you get a small following, you kind of get positive reinforcements for bad habits and jokes to be funny jokes later on.
How does that happen?
For a long time, I've been trying to get people to say the N-word constantly. And now people are comfortable to say it at the shows I go to.
Yeah. Anytime you get
you're a disruptor.
Saying something.
You're a real racial disruptor. You are one of a kind. You're one of a kind.
Like, what's the difference between comedy and Toastmasters?
Well, I don't think there's much. I think the only difference in comedy is like the aspect of making people laugh.
Yeah.
And when you meet people, making people laugh is making people relax. That's all it is.
Is it even laughing though, or do you just like want to get them, like whatever that means?
It's everything. It's like people laugh at the surprise. All right, at the misdirection. People laugh at the. I was going to say this, but I changed it to this way. People laugh at the bizarre action. For example, they see Casey Rock walk on the stage. He's like big hair, like red hat on, and he starts like, and everyone just goes like,
well, he's got like an energy.
Yeah, but first it's like a stop. There's a silence, and then there is a like a break of like. I wasn't expecting this. And then he's just like riffing and riffing.
Like pretty good at
and
that
he keeps
too.
like that energy up until right until the end. And then he goes, man, how the fuck? Like, but it's just that surprise element. And the one-liners.
Well, he's building up an act.
He is building up an act. But I think his act is built upon those one-liners, non sequiturs that don't make any sense. And then you listen to him.
I mean, what do I know? I don't fucking know what he's doing.
I've watched that kid. He's fucking hilarious. I call him a kid because he's definitely.
You say he rips, but he isn't ripped.
I'm just saying, like, what anyone's doing is they're trying to build up an act, right? Like they're trying to get something.
Correct.
That's
what I'm saying is that no matter how funny you are,
stage.
you're building up an act, and that's exactly your point.
Yeah.
But the point is, surprise, build up an act, do it in front of people, and they are going to give you the feedback whether you're funny or not. And if you're not funny in that setting, you might be funny in another setting. It's just like we were talking about this. It's like. Sometimes, I feel like I'm not funny, and like people go through that all the time and shit like that. But you can work in comedy or around comedy all the time.
I think YouTube scratches a very similar itch for me that with comedy. I think it's very similar. In fact, in some ways, YouTube is like an advantage because it like you always retain something. You're building up a content library.
Yeah.
And even this show is like a show, right?
Yeah, and that's currently exactly right. And then what you're expressing yourself, you're sharing an idea, which is exactly the same you think you do with comedy. You got more time to land an idea on a podcast than you do on a show, because you need to land the idea.
And you retain something, and you can build that thing.
You need to land the idea straight away. You need to just be funny there and then. And that's where...
Yeah, I don't even know like how much... I mean, I appreciate being funny, but I don't know, like it's like the highest ideal for me. Like
I love when people laugh, because I know how I look.
What if you made them laugh for something you didn't intend them to? Would you still enjoy it?
I still enjoy it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I enjoy making them laugh at my expense.
Well, sure, but like
I love
like a point against your point or whatever.
Yeah, and if it was something unrelated, like I said sorry about a joke, and everyone laughed. One day I was talking about like my joke about having sex with my mom, but I will never have sex. My mom wants to have sex with me because she's getting demented, so she's going back to her young. It's like I'm explaining the joke. Like that's the concept. It's like your mom, because it happens with dads. Dads forget who the daughters are when they have like dementia. I had that because I had 2 grandparents and uncles that are pretty old and they got dementia, and they forgot who their daughters were. And they were like, "You my wife when you were young?" Because they went back to their age when they were younger and they had a younger daughter or younger girlfriend, and then they were like, "No, you got Alzheimer's, you fucking crazy fucking fuck," and then just slapped them across. So the joke is not really, but the joke is the joke.
I was ready to believe.
I'm just saying it as in like as a throwaway to categorize Hispanics as very, very, very handful of people. But anyways, like fuck whatever. But this is the joke. It's like I care about Kanye West's opinion the same way I care about my mother's opinion, right? And it's like because they're both speaking in timelines. They're both my demented mother's opinion. I go like why? Because they're both speaking in their own timelines. Kanye's timeline is 1945. My mom is 19 years old. My mom is trying to fuck me, guys. My mom is trying, and I said that, and then people go like, "Oh," and I go, and I just said, "Sorry about that," and I kind of go like, "Sorry about that," and then when I say sorry, just like everyone, like just like at the back, people were laughing. And I was like, I just hear these two in the recording. I was like, "Oh, why the fuck was that funny?" I was like trying to figure it out, and then I asked, and it's like because it was so crass, but then you're actually just like apologizing for it and just being so weird about it. And then I go like, "I'll never fuck my mom. My mom is a Hispanic woman. I'll never do that."
Did your mom also like Trump?
What?
Did your mom also like Trump?
My mom is a right-wing woman. She's a bad mother. She's a bad mother, and only bad mothers are right-wing. So yeah, my mom is a bad mother. Yeah.
Well, I guess I only ask about comedy because it has these different elements, and I do want to know what is different about stand-up versus,
the live audience. I think that's the only difference in anything, is because you would never have the live audience. Like you can have it in a skit in SNL. You have a live audience. You have them right there watching you.
I wonder how much that contributes to the energy of a sitcom.
Oh, heaps.
Yeah? Because like you would almost expect that an actor would like kind of need an audience, but like movie actors don't. They just do it.
But have you seen the bloopers or when they are trying to contain their laughs and just making mistakes?
Yeah.
Like I've been watching a lot of, because I made a stupid joke about like, I don't watch SNL, and then I went like, I probably should like watch a lot of SNL just because it's just funny.
Yeah,
I would rather do SNL.
It's funny as fuck. And I was like, I watch it. I was like, I need to watch more of this.
I've like never been able to get into it.
Yeah,
I watched it growing up. I watched what were the old shows?
I watched a lot of Letterman. Letterman was like fucking that. Like in South America, Letterman was going on live every time.
Are you talking about like a Tonight Show or a skit show?
Tonight Show
On SNL.
Oh, well, SNL was a skit show. Sorry.
I know. Okay, because we had Matt TV.
Matt TV. You're old school.
Yeah. Matt TV was amazing.
I never saw it.
Yeah, in living color.
Oh, yeah, I watched that on YouTube though.
So you have all these like amazing skit shows that have been around. But see, I would rather do a skit show or a sitcom than do podcasts, because podcast is a coin that is a double. The first side of the coin is you can get known and popular quick and by a lot of people. Other side of the coin is if you stop casting after like a month or so, people will fucking dwindle down and forget you.
Well, yeah, like it's something you're signing up to do is like a lifestyle.
But yeah, if you do sitcoms, sketch shows, stuff like that, they will never forget you because they can always see it on syndication.
Yeah, like, well, but that assumes you could actually get onto SNL.
There's other things out there.
Yeah. Are you guys on Backstage?
Yes, I am.
Are you really?
Actually,
I know about it, but I'm not. I don't have
Actually,
a profile. I probably should.
I have an amazing.
OnlyFans?
No, my dick is definitely in a few OnlyFans out of there. Don't look for it.
I
It's
have
small.
an amazing experience happened to me on Christmas.
Yeah, tell us about it.
I thought you got raped.
No, dude.
Somebody
light up
I
this.
found a role in Backstage to do background extra for a small, short show for a film festival called the Standup.
Oh.
So I went there, became background audience, but they told me, no, we want you to be a bartender instead.
A what?
A bartender at the show. So I did the bartender part. Loved it. First takes worked. It was great. Then they said, tomorrow we need comedians come in. We're running low on comedians. We want to come in and do a spot. I'm like, sure. I did a 15-minute spot. One take is all I needed. Had them laughing, just dying in there. They were saying, you're great. You're grind. And if I'm lucky enough and I talk to him in the future because I have his email and stuff, these are the same producer and director who are doing the Fear the Walking Dead in Austin, in around the area. So I said,
Bro, you're a pretty fucking big zombie, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
You'd be a good zombie.
Fear the Walking Dead hires so many comedians for their show.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, like it's all like kind of
Hey,
fun
guys.
to think about, but everything
Look
takes so much
at
time
my impression
and
of a zombie.
energy to do. You know, like you just gotta like pick a few things and
Yeah.
dial in on
And
those.
it's just
So what
popping
are
up.
your few things? You've got Mr. THC, the weed company.
Oh, Mr. THC.
Like, how's your yeah?
Well, I just finished doing a selection of new suppositories. I have THCP.
How is it real? How is it real?
THCO.
Can you describe like the
basically-
possibility of this existing?
So
Putting
basically,
weed up your ass, guys. We're
when
talking about
I
putting weed up
was,
your ass.
messing around with weed and making tinctures for myself, my friend came over needing something. He was in pain. I said, here's some oil that's been infused with THC. He takes it home, right? And I instructed him to put it in food or put it on his joints, and that's it. He calls him back up, tells me that his girlfriend was in the corner in a fetal position and was seeing shit. And it was because of my shit I gave him. And I'm like, what the fuck did you do? And he told me straight up that they were out of lube and they noticed online that coconut oil is a good lube to use. So they used my oil.
Hey, that thing is built to absorb, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they do. It's called shelving. It's a thing.
I thought it
That,
was
Really got to be that high?
That was called
It's
boofing.
it's called shelving. Australian kids in high school when I was at university back in 2010 did it with tampons and alcohol. They put these tampons in vodka and they put the tampons either girls up their taint and the boys up their
Why is it worth it?
beehole. Because they're Australians. That's it. They're just
That's
dumb.
what they do?
They're dumb as fuck. they I mean, you gave the country. You gave this mass of prisoners and wardens and prison wardens.
Do Australians self-identify as prisoners?
No, they don't. They're trying.
I mean, of like that being
it's
part of their
hilarious.
culture and
It's
history, not
hilarious
as
how it's
prisoners.
hilarious
Sorry, I
how
didn't mean
Australians think that just like doing all this thing and reparations and pain. They eliminated their black population. It's 2% now, and they were the entirety of the country when the British prisoners and the wardens got into the country. That's all. It's just like it's just mathematics.
But is it part of like their history that like that was where Britain sent all the
They have
prisoners?
yeah. That's how it starts.
Is there any lawlessness or like how do they?
No,
represent
this is
it?
the point that I was trying to make, right? These people have managed to create a great society based on the same idea, right? Like every Australian, they're not allowed to own guns. We are not allowed to own guns because guns are illegal in Australia.
That's crazy.
Right now, there's a crime increase in Australia where a mother just got stabbed outside her house on a home invasion. And that would have been solved if that father was able to own a gun and to have a safe way to actually protect his wife. But she couldn't. He was just getting stabbed.
Even if you have a gun, like, what are the chances you can, like, get to your gun, cock it, aim,
I'm a
shoot?
pro-gun kind of guy because I think that if you ban guns, the only people that have guns are criminals. And that's the case in Peru. And that's a bad case. Now,
and
in
zombies,
Peru,
like, you know,
exactly,
whatever.
Exactly.
Like,
and then we have like the fear of the Walking Dead and all this sort of shit. And then you need a gun in case the world goes
Neuralink,
under.
AI infects everyone's heads.
For fuck's sake, we
might
need
some
something.
guns.
So like, and then in Peru, if you shoot someone in Peru, because we don't have the Second Amendment, you can go to jail for the rest of your life, protecting your family, right? In America, you don't because you can actually protect yourself because of the Second Amendment. So God bless America and God bless the United States. I love this country.
Me too.
I love it.
Hallelujah.
USA.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's my point. Australians are great. They're great people, but they still...
No more huddled masses.
Yeah. No more huddle masses.
We're going to make you take the American Ninja Warrior.
We need the best. We need the best from here as well. Going down south, please go to Peru. Visit. Cocaine is cheap. For some of you that love it. And you know, women will love you. They'll call you gringo, mi gringo, mi amor. That's what they will tell you. So I don't understand what you're waiting for. Please, I'm the biggest advocate for Peruvian tourism. You should go right now. Yes, we just changed our president, 6th president in 4 years. But go visit. I need to get some money from the Peruvian tourism. Weed is not legal, but it's decriminalized. It's decriminalized.
Can we get Peru to sponsor this podcast?
Yeah, can we get Peru to just hook us some money here? Weed in Peru, like...
Are they doing a thing with Bitcoin actually? Aren't they mining Bitcoin from a volcano?
Bro, let's not get no. They're not.
Are they not? Or what are they doing?
They're not. They're just
Okay.
they're mining. What they're mining is gold illegally out of the Amazon and selling a lot of it, making a killing. That's what they're doing. But that's not good. Not good. We need to change that. But anyways, I'm not going to, but someone will. Hopefully, someone bigger than me. But. But we got Peru. You should go and visit. Girls will love you. They'll marry you for sure. If you're lonely, go down there. Yeah. Try your luck. You get you.
Now they definitely have to pay us.
Yes, please, taxpayers, pay some money. But yeah, Australia is like that. It's like a basic prison. The politicians think they control the government and like anything. When politicians are controlling the people, they tell you if you don't put this vaccine, you can't work, you can't leave the country because we have a pandemic, no one can get in. It's just like, it's very much so like the island. That's exactly how it is. And it's a big brother situation. And they got China just breathing down their neck.
So let's go back to it. You said shelving is what you call it when they push it in their ass?
Yes.
In America, it's called boofing.
Boofing.
That's weird. You gotta shelf it. You gotta put it out there.
No, you boof it.
So people boof it. They boof the THC and it gets absorbed in.
Yep. And that's how I came out with Miss THC.
Somehow that's more pleasant than a joint.
But I'll tell you this, that inspiration was done as a joke on stage, and I got like backers from that joke.
Australians don't kill me.
People would do that. I believe that.
But from that, expanded a new branding of a bunch of stuff. I have a nasal spray you can snort THC. I have a powder you can snort called skunk bumps. I have a lube called booty butter. Oh my god! I have an ointment called body butter, and I have a peanut butter called mutter butter.
Dang, man, that sounds nasty. But good, like good in a good way. Like it's just something that you can use in the bedroom.
You know you love some booty butter.
Shit, this thing's losing power. So anyway, AI is going to take over. This was like a trial of the setup, so hopefully everything works. But it was really fun talking.
That is true.
That was interesting.
Can we consolidate anything into lessons or learnings for anyone?
Travel to Peru.
All right, Peru is going to pay us now in Bitcoin that they mine from a volcano. Are they doing that or not? Is that a real thing?
I'll ask.
I'll look at it.
If like after 2 years being my PA, I might give you to a branch of Peru. There you go.
You might have a new job.
That's it.
You'd be like, Mama, I made business. I have my own business here.
That's it, bro. Just give us a house in Texas. That'd be good. Give us a place to live. Give us a place. Give us a bedroom. Give us a bedroom in your mansion.
I'll give you the pool house. How about that?
Yeah, fuck yes. The pool house.
All right, look at this. This is the kind of connections that we're making here.
No, give me a couch, dude. I can sleep on the floor.
No, you'll have a futon
all right,
in the office in the pool house.
Beauty.
Oh my God. All right, you guys can negotiate this another time. Thanks, guys, for watching the show and hanging out with us.